Okay, perfect. So today I am going to talk about a way that we can look at changing our behaviors, our actions, and our thoughts, and our beliefs around certain things. To make that more clear, there's only one reason why we do what we want to do, we don't do what we want to do, and we do what we don't want to do. So the first one being doing what we want to do. So doing what we want. Second one is doing what we don't want. And the third one is not doing. Not doing what we want. You could also have a fourth category technically of not doing what you don't want to do, but there's really no point in talking about that category because the second category is all about that, about focusing on you're doing what you don't want to do, and we're going to talk about how we can get past that. Can that be seen? Yeah, you can see that. Sweet. All right, so how do we do that? How do we go about changing from making sure that we're doing what we want and also doing what we don't, and getting away from doing what we don't want to do? And then all of a sudden, making sure that, man, I want to do this thing, but you're not doing it, so how can we change that? So we're going to focus on this first one first today. The other two will have their own videos. There are so many things. There's an interconnected web of ideas, thoughts, beliefs that make up what I'm going to talk about. However, I'm going to do my best to stay on course and only focus on this one today. Okay? So, first one, doing what we want. Now, I'm going to help you out and give you a little bit of action. Because if you just listen to this video, but you don't do anything, you don't engage, you're not going to get anything from it. Okay? My biggest issue with going to church is that Sunday church, you sit down in your seat, maybe you write some notes, okay? And maybe you listen. But then you go home. Once you get home, I doubt you can really tell me anything, let alone 3 key points from that sermon without your notes. Now, also, if you took notes, do you ever go back to them? I doubt. I never did. Now, maybe you were better than me, and you did go back to your notes, or you did listen good enough where you can give 3 key points, or even just 1 key point from the sermon. But the majority of us Christian men, that's not the case. And the issue with that is definitely, I take responsibility for that, 100%. What also needs to be known is that teachers are held to a higher standard in the Bible. Talks in the New Testament about, like, teachers, you got to be careful because you'll be judged more for what you teach because you do not want to be leading others astray. Now, to be a good teacher, the metric, like, how do you know if someone is a good teacher? It's not if they're very eloquent or they get across, they're really, really good at saying big words or whatever. No, you know a good teacher is a good teacher if they can take students who don't know the material at all, and then the students at the end of the quarter, semester, the session, whatever, know the material really well and are able to take it and actually use it. That's the difference between knowledge and intelligence, being smart. Being smart means that you take what you learn, the knowledge, and you apply it. So the majority of us are not actually that smart. We're not as smart as we think we are because we don't take the knowledge we know and we don't apply it. We just take in knowledge and we just keep it. So let's be smart. So let's take some knowledge today and let's apply it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at, I want you to get out your notebook, piece of paper, whatever you have to write with, okay? Get physical with it. Do not continue with this video without pulling out a pen, a marker, whatever, and writing out physically. No typing, don't type on your phone. No, write out. And if you're listening to this in your car or you're listening to it and you don't have access to something to write with, save the video, stop it. I don't want you to continue watching it. That might sound counterintuitive because wouldn't I want you to watch my video? I don't want you to watch it if you're not going to take anything from it. So the first thing, now that you have your writing implement, doing what we want. We're going to write out a few things that we do that we want to do. So let's see, something that I do that I want to do. I drink water. Now, do I drink enough water all the time? Sometimes not. However, the majority of the time, I drink plenty of water. I hydrate well because I have a belief that it's important enough to do that. Now, I'm actually, thank you, Lord, I enjoy drinking water. I'm not like some people who just don't really like it. I think that's because you need to choose what works for you. I don't like cold water. I don't like drinking it because I just don't like it. But room temperature water is great. I'll guzzle that. Down it. And what I've gotten into lately, because of a great lady at church, she was like, hey, what you should really be doing before meals and things like that is drinking water that's warm. And she talked about how Asian cultures understand this because they serve tea with their meals and how the warm water from the tea, it opens up, it dilates the stomach. The warm water loosens things up better than cold water. Cold water restricts, constricts, whereas warm water dilates, it opens up. So I was like, man, that is a fantastic idea. So if you're somebody who's not drinking very much water, you need to figure out what it is you like. For me, I was like, man, I don't like cold water. If you give me cold water, I'm not going to drink it. If you give me room temperature water, I'll drink the heck out of it. And if you give me some warm water, now that's what I've been doing before every single meal, man, I'm drinking that water up. But maybe for you, you need to have one of those electrolyte mixes. I got some of those from my wife, and she'll drink a lot more if it has a flavor to it than if not. Now, some people are going to tell you, oh no, that's not real water. They're wrong, because it is water with some flavor, okay? And some of those, if you get the ones with minerals, vitamins, then you're getting some vitamins that you might have not gotten to begin with. However, don't get them just for the vitamins. Eat some real food for vitamins, or take a multivitamin. Just get a flavored packet. It could be anything. Propel, Gatorade, whatever it is. It does not need to have electrolytes, vitamins, minerals. Doesn't need to. Just get one and drink water. Hydrate, okay? So what's something else that I do that I want to do? Something is read. I want to read. I like to read. I like to take in knowledge. I understand that it's important to read. So I read. Now, do I read as much as I want to? Just like anything else on this list, the things that I want to do, I almost never do enough of. Which sounds ridiculous, but is probably true for you and true for everyone else on the planet. We always want to do more of the things that we want to do. When we talk about reading as a Christian man, I need to be reading the Bible. And you need to be reading the Bible. Do I read the Bible enough? No, I could never read the Bible enough. I don't think there's anyone on planet Earth that could say, you know what, yeah, I read the Bible enough. No, continually be in your word. So reading the Bible, that's something that I do, that I want to do, and it's benefited me a lot. Okay, let's talk about something else that I want to do. What else do I want to do that I do? I want to exercise, okay? We'll do that one, because this one is an in-between one. That could work for multiple of these categories. Do I exercise enough? No, I don't exercise enough. I'm actually in the process of using some of the principles that I'm going to teach you in these videos to overcome my lack of exercise in the next several weeks and month to come. Now, I've used these methods to overcome certain things, and I'm going to tell you some of those things in later videos. Right now, we're focusing on doing what we want to do. Now, exercise. if I don't have a full workout, I'll hop on the bike for a couple minutes. I'll pick up some kettlebells. Let me grab those. I have two 30-pound kettlebells. Here's a 30-pound. Here's a 15-pound. And I have two of each. The 30-pound kettlebells, I'll like pick up, do some farmer walks, some farmer carries. The 15-pound ones I'll hold above my head, and I'll do some walks like that. I'll do some like squats with them. Different things. Move a little bit. Every day. Every day, move a little bit. You don't have to move. You don't have to do a 2-hour workout every day. Now, do I want to get to the point where I'm working out in the mornings for 30 minutes, 6 days a week? Maybe even 7 days a week? Yes, I want to get there. But at least right now, I am doing some of what I want to do. Because it's important. It's what I want to do. So I do some of it. Okay, now these things write out for you. Right? This list, there's a lot more things on here that I want to do that I do. I'm just not going to sit here and write out, 25, 30, 50 different things that I want to do that I do. Okay? Write down, because you have your pen with you right now. Your pencil, whatever. Write it down. What are some of the things that you do that you want to do? Things that you like to do, that you do. Now, maybe it's something that you don't do very often. Like, let's say, go for a walk, right? I really like going for walks. Walking really helps me out. Helps my physical health, my mental health, spiritually, relationships, it helps me out. I want to walk more. Do I walk enough? No, not at all. Do I love it when I walk? Yes. Do I walk maybe like 2 to 3 times a week outside? Yes. Do I do my farmer walks almost like every day? Yes, that kind of counts, but it's completely different walking outside. So I do it, but I don't do it enough. And that's a key difference between the other categories, which when we get to the category of not doing things that we want to do, those are things that like we never do. So we maybe did like once before, or we like maybe do a couple times a year, or we like almost never do, okay? This is the category we write things that we do like maybe like a couple times a week, or frequently. Maybe we do it once a week. Like maybe we want to go hang out with friends. So you hang out with friends once a week, consistently. Or maybe you wanna go on, you like going on hikes, and you get to go on a hike once a month, and you do that consistently. Okay, well that's something you want to do that you do. And this is important to realize and be, man, I'm grateful. Thank you, Lord, that I'm able to go on some walks. I'm able to drink good water. I'm able to read good books in the Bible. I'm able to exercise. I am able to do some of the things I want to do. Because what this does for us is show us that the gratitude we should have when there are so many people in the world who can't go out for a walk because there's IEDs, there's bombs outside. They can't go for a walk because there's a curfew and they can't go and walk at 9 o'clock at night. That they can't go for a walk in the morning because they might be shot dead or it's dangerous outside for whatever reason. They can't really go for a walk because they live in the straight up ghetto and it's way too dangerous to go for a walk. Thank you, Lord, that I am able to walk. Be grateful for something. If you know Alex Hormozi, he had a quote. It goes something like, if you can be happy for if you can be unhappy and sad for no reason, then you can be happy for no reason too. And it's totally true. But the thing is that we have reasons to be happy. We have reasons to be joyful, to be grateful. I can go for a walk. I can drink clean water. A lot of the world does not have clean water, but I have clean water, and I can make it cold or hot. And I can put some flavor in it too. Thank you, Lord. I can read. I have access to books. You know how many people can't read? How many people in history never picked up a book and couldn't learn any knowledge that would allow them to catapult their life exponentially because of the knowledge they had? Man, you know how many people have died because of the books that they had in their possession? Do you know how many people in other parts of the world would love and die, and they do die, to have a Bible in their hands? Man, how grateful I am. Thank you, Lord. Exercise. I can exercise. I can move my body. I can move it all about. Man, I can jump. I can move. I can run. I can punch. I can kick. I can lift things. I'm strong. Thank you, Lord. I can do those things. But how many people don't even have legs? How many people don't even have arms? How many people are in a hospital bed right now waiting for a heart transplant that they may never get? And so they can't even walk or run because their heart would explode. How many people are paralyzed and can't even move? How many people have MS, multiple sclerosis, and their bodies are messed up and it's deteriorating? How many people have whatever disease or old age or an injury where they can't do the thing that they love to do? How many kids went to school with a football or basketball or soccer or tennis or I don't know, whatever scholarship with whatever sport, and then they got an injury and they couldn't play that sport, and their whole life was that sport, and that sport was going to give them a life by paying for their education, but now they can't play that sport anymore, and they lost their scholarship, and their life feels purposeless because their whole life was that sport, and now they can't play that sport, and now they don't have the scholarship, so they can't attend the school because they don't have the money to do that. How grateful I am, God. Thank you, Lord, that I can do these things. Write down what you want to do that you do. The things that you're doing that we want to do, and be grateful for each and every one of them. In the following videos, we will go over number 2 and number 3. And then we'll go into even more depth about how we can change these things. And number 2 is going to be doing what we don't want to do. What we don't want to do. We are doing what we don't want to do. That one is going to be deep. It may get difficult, but we are going to unearth and we are going to expose, as in John 8:32, and they shall know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. We will unearth what you don't want to think about that you do. You shall know the truth, and knowing that truth will set you free.